Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this meeting of the decision session, combined executive member decision session. It is Tuesday, the 3rd of February, and I'm Councillor Claire Douglas, and I'm the leader of the Council and executive member for policy, strategy and partnerships. And because this is generally a combined session with other executive members here, then we do need to appoint a chair. I am the only executive member here, so I will be the chair today. So that's quite a straightforward approach there. So if that can be recorded, please, Robert. Thank you. So item number 2 on the agenda is apologies for absence, and we have no apologies as I'm the only member that's expected to be present today. The third item is declarations of interest. I have no declarations of interest. Item number 4 is public participation, and I'm not aware that we've had any body that's registered to speak, so there's nobody that is going to join us for that section today. So then we move on to item number 5, which is the York Prospectus Economic and Social Value Analysis Report. So we have here Claire Fole and Sam Blythe, who have joined us to present the report. So who's going to start, please? Claire, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. The report today invites you to approve the independent assessment of the social value of the 22 projects set out in the York Prospectus. The York Prospectus was approved by Executive in November, and this report today is an independent analysis delivered by Sewell's Consultancy, which would then act as an annex of York Prospectus. The independent analysis has used either known York data or equivalent data from nationally similar schemes to derive how much economic, environmental or social value the projects will bring to the city and, importantly, the benefit to York residents, demonstrating the huge untapped potential of the city and that we are a city primed, ready for dynamic growth, as acknowledged by the PwC report and the Growth Flag report recently. The analysis shows a total social value of £12 billion, which includes 3,000 new homes and over 750 new jobs. The analysis is indicative as it draws on many assumptions which are shown in red in the report, and the full business case process for each of the projects would verify these assumptions and the actual likely value. However, it does provide a basis to both prioritise the projects and begin discussions with potential investors. There is a significant capital ask that would activate these projects, and our intention is to use this analysis to attract interest from both public and, more likely, private sector investment. I'll hand over to Sam, who will talk through some of the methodology. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Just a couple of quick points on the methodology utilised by Sewell's. So the analysis is framed within the social economic context of York, using local and national data sources to present a picture of the city. In doing so, it sets the social value assessment that Claire just mentioned within a York rather than generic context. To ascertain the potential social and economic benefit of the projects, Sewell's undertook an analysis of information provided, or where information did not exist, an assumption derived from comparable initiatives, the business cost information benchmarks or industry-related sources. Sewell's then used the Loop social value tool to evaluate the prospectus projects. This translates projects inputs such as capital costs, employment and service improvements into measurable social value outcomes using evidence-based metrics and national benchmarks. It also draws on the National TOMS framework, which is themes, outcomes and measures, providing a standardised approach for measuring social value across the UK. The process then translates inputs and mapped outcomes into monetary and non-monetary social value metrics, with the analysis spanning a 25-year period through to 2050, which allows us to capture the full lifestyle benefits of each investment, and therefore allowing a consistent comparison for long-term social value across projects. The outputs from the process is the overall social value and potential return on investment as identified in the document, alongside a detailed breakdown of individual social, environmental and economic components that contribute to the total value. It's presented across the prospectus, all the prospectus projects, then cumulatively for the 3 areas of the prospectus, so delivering economic growth, facilitating growth and growth for all, and then the prospectus projects in their entirety to provide a full picture of social value for those identified projects.
Thank you very much, Claire and Sam, and I'd like to thank you for all of the work that you have done on this, because this document that we have sat in front of us is the second of two really major documents for the city. The first being the prospectus, which outlines the projects that have been collectively put forward by our partners across the city for the growth of the city over the coming years and the long term. There are short, medium and longer term projects that will be really important in taking York from where it is now to the future, and a future for everybody, where everybody can see that there is opportunity in the place that they live. And that includes opportunity for good quality, warm, affordable homes and excellent jobs as well. And I think this is really exciting. So thank you for everything that you have done on this. It cannot be underestimated how important this is for our city at this time. And I would just like to point out to everybody that the fact that the suite of projects that we have within the prospectus that will give us a cumulative benefit of £12.1 billion in social value cannot be underestimated. And it shows the potential of our city and the potential of the people in our city as well. Organisations and people, they need each other, and we know that, and everybody has a place to play in that forward projection for our city. So it's very exciting. And I'm particularly keen to and glad to see that this prospectus can help us deliver up to 3,000 additional homes and also 750 jobs, another hugely important aspect. So essentially how these two documents will fit together is that they will form the basis, and already are forming the basis, of our asks to the combined authority. And so they have been integrated into the combined authority's growth plan, which is hugely important. And we are starting to see money coming through from central government into supporting those projects already. There's 40 million over the next 4 years that has been earmarked specifically for that. And I know that Mayor David Scaife has an awful lot higher ambition for bringing money into the region in order to support that growth plan that we have and has been agreed by us as members of the combined authority. So that is one aspect, but there's also us individually looking into central government as well and having those conversations with senior civil servants and ministers about what York can do for delivering on the missions of government. And we are absolutely poised for that. And really what these documents allow us to do is say, we are ready. We've got our projects. We know what we want to do. Our partners are progressing these projects. They are ready, and we are here and open for business and ready to get those spades in the ground. So that speaks to central government. It also speaks to the private sector. So I am hugely, hugely excited about being able to bring this to everybody today. It forms the backbone of how we will move forward in York. And I have to say, we cannot underestimate the financial challenge that we have within our revenue budgets, but this sits on top of that and enables us to bring funding into the city in other ways that will support us to deliver for the people of York for the longer term. So it's all very optimistic, all very positive. And on that note, I will take you to the recommendation and reasons that are on page 12 at paragraph 26. And the recommendation is to approve the economic and social value analysis of the York Prospectus projects for inclusion as an accompanying document to the prospectus. And so I am more than happy to approve that so that we can adopt both of these hugely important documents and get on out there and sell our city to both government, our combined authority and the private sector for investment into York and get these projects delivered. So thank you, everybody, and that is approved. Right, now back to the agenda. So on that case, we move to the final item on the agenda, which is item number 6, which is urgent business. And I have no urgent business, nothing, we have not been made aware of anything. So on that, I will close the meeting, and thanks everybody for joining us.